Whether you own an overlock or serger, there are times where using your sewing machine to help prevent these unraveling edges on an edge of a fabric is key. So you're looking for a stitch, anything that jumps over to the right. And I'm going to go to stitch number 16. It's a nice, easy stitch to try out for this technique. And I'm going to show you two different uses. Same stitch, same foot, but no stitch changes as I go from technique to technique. So look at foot J on your screen. You will notice that J is a overlock foot that comes with your machine. It is set up for the IDF, the integrated dual feed, so make sure that that is pulled down and engaged when you do this type of technique. But that little pin in there is so key. Have you ever stitched an edge, maybe a zigzag in years past, and this edge just curls and rolls? Well, this foot with that little pin is going to support the jump of the stitch. The stitch, when it jumps to the right, needs to go off the edge and into air. And if there's nothing to support it, especially here where there's only one layer of fabric, the foot and that pin is the key. So it comes out perfectly smooth, flat. It's not rolling that edge and giving it a little bulk. But there are other stitches that can solve this same kind of issue or problem, anything that jumps over to that right side. And if you were to go into, for example, I'm in woven medium, which that's kind of the fabric I'm working on, overcast. This will actually take me to a slightly different stitch. It will set up the length, the width, the tension, the pressure of the foot. Everything is set up, even recommending what size of needle I'll be using. But today I actually am going to use stitch number 16. That is a nice easy one to show both of these techniques. First we'll switch feet and then I'll show you where to guide the fabric for these two totally different techniques. You can slide the thread underneath the foot into the back. Remember, if you touch the foot down button and then push it again, it pops up just a little bit, and that way you can move the fabric edge to be even with the edge of the toe. So when it starts sewing, and you see that needle jump off to the side and into the air, that pin is supporting it. You can actually see it happening right there down through the presser foot. After you practice where to guide the fabric, you'll find that this is a great foot to use. It's easy to follow. Slide the fabric straight back. If you're using that thread cutter, sometimes the last little stitch is still on the little pin and it doesn't want to come out this way. But look how flat that is. That is what you're going for this particular concept. But let's take it one step further. You're noticing that in this stitch, you find that there is always a straight stitch on the left side. So we're going to utilize this stitch, same settings, to be both a overlock stitch and a seam all at once. So I'm going to take this little piece of ribbing, we're going to fold it in half and line up the raw edges of the ribbing with the curved cut edge for the knit kind of neckline that we're simulating right here. We'll take a couple stitches just to get it started, and then usually what you find yourself doing is you're stretching the ribbing to fill around the curve that you're following. So my eye is just going to stay right here close to the front of the foot as I kind of guide everything at once here. I know it's kind of sewing around the curve, so if that is something new for you, just take your time. If it doesn't go all the way over the edge, that's okay, but the goal is to really kind of get all those layers kind of overlocked all at once. Now, when this is done, you're going to notice that there is going to be a seam and an overlock, and then the stretch and give that you would need around a neckline. Remember, slide the fabric straight back, flip it over. There's the little first part. This is the finished look, how professional that is, and then the stretch and give. Now, a lot of us have overlock machines or sergers, but there's days when that thread color that's on it, the last thing we did was had all black thread on it, and we're doing something where we need something lighter. If this is the only distance you have to go, something short, you're not doing garment after garment or a project of long length, it's okay to pull out the sewing machine, put your foot J on, and just quick get it done. It still looks good both on the front and the back.